that the whole balcony had to be standing. I'm like, fuck that, man. Give me less money. Let's seat what we can. But they were like, we can make more money if people stand. And I was like, all right, you're done. And so I canceled that gig. And then the same thing happened in Houston. I was supposed to do the House of Blues. And the same thing. They were like, well, we can't. We need to have people standing in the back. And I had it booked. I don't know. My agents are not communicating this to the people, or they're not paying attention. It's going through too many people before it gets to the person that makes the decision. But they wanted to have people stand, and I said, fuck that. So now I'm going to have to find a new gig in New York and a new gig in Houston. And I'm probably going to wind up doing the Improv in Houston. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. And maybe one of the clubs in New York City.
If you go to Joe's Twitter or website that has his calendar on it, you just gained 4 people, though, so people like talking about standing.
Yes. I've got more people now.
Do you remember standing, waiting for a roller coaster and just standing like 3 hours for a roller coaster?
Sucks.
That lasts a minute.
Yeah. Fucking terrible, man. Yeah. Run it like Tom Green. Yeah, Tom Green's got an awesome setup. I went to Tom Green's house where I filmed his talk show there. And he's got a fucking crazy setup, man. Like giant servers, and he's got wires, big, wires all throughout his living room. Because like he's doing it like serious hardcore style, and he's doing it, or at least back then he was doing it.
He's still doing it, isn't he? Or is he is he straight pay-per-view now? Though you can't watch it for free at all now anymore,
really?
Right? I think so.
Let's go to Tom Green Live and see that. Is that the case, ladies and gentlemen? If it is, I think that's a fucking mistake.
I think it is too. But
that's a mistake.
Maybe it's the archives you have to be a member to watch.
That makes sense. Maybe. We'll see. We're going to the channel. He calls it the channel. I don't know what that's all about. Ready to receive stream. Oh, he's doing stand-up comedy membership. Now, too. Isn't that crazy?
Questions about membership and subscription service.
Okay, click here. All right. No. That ain't it. Click here. Okay. Welcome to Questions About Sports Site. Membership. Full access to award-winning collection of video. That's what it is. Yeah, behind the scenes. Can I cancel at any time? Yes.
How much is it?
$5.95 a month. Not bad.
Good price.
Good price. I wonder if he's making money doing that.
$4.95 would have been better, though.
$4.95. How about just $5?
Yeah.
What's with this fucking 5 shit? $4.95. That's stupid, man. That drives me crazy.
Nickel
see something at $5.99. Just tell me it's $6. You fuck.
So do you open your presents on Christmas Eve?
Tonight we're gonna open presents.
Why do you do that? Is that something you grew up doing, or?
I'm impulsive. I don't want to wait. Why should I wait? I'm grown up.
You do it at midnight?
No. Do it in an hour or something. I better get some good shit too. That's all I'm saying.
You know what sucks is that my parents sent me money, and then I took that money to buy them presents, and I actually spent more than that they sent me. If I would have waited and sent them presents first, and then they got me money, I would have felt like I got something. But I felt like I just bought them presents, and it's all about timing. If
they sent you money to buy them things,
right? It's like what I'm your personal shopper. But if I would have sent them something first and then got money, I would have felt like, oh, I got some cash.
Right. That's funny. Interesting. All right. Thanks for spending Christmas Eve with us. You're welcome, Molly Watt. I'm gonna say people's names when I read your questions, so you feel like I'm talking to you, because I am.
Were you pissed when you found out there was no Santa, or did you find out?
I found out there was no Santa because I stumbled into my parents wrapping shit.
Oh, really?
And I was like, and then we opened it the next day. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like I hid and I saw them, and then I just put 2 and 2 together.
My friend has this video of her daughter last year, and her daughter's like, I saw Santa Claus last night. He had a beard, and he had a big stomach, and had the belt, and the mom's like, oh, really? Can you imagine?
Fucking liar.
I know. Can you imagine watching that?
I would have to correct the kid. I was like, listen, don't lie.
Don't lie?
Stop it.
You would have said that?
Yeah. I'd be like,
you can't see lie. Santa, he's invisible?
No, you can't lie to me.
I mean, she was like 4, 3.
She's a liar. She's a fucking 3-year-old.
Do you want to see the video?
So I think it's very important to call kids on being I was a liar when I was a little kid. This is what I'm saying is. I had a very vivid imagination and not such a good life, so I would always make up stories. And I wish someone had called me on my bullshit then. So it wouldn't have taken so long for me to figure it out on my own that people knew I was lying.
Right.
I didn't figure it out until I was like 10.
You would think Pinocchio would have worked, though. No, when you're a kid watching fake. Pinocchio, I don't want a nose, big nose.
Yeah, he's made of wood. Wooden people can't fucking talk, man. That's stupid.
Why did they make him out of... Wait,
Someone says, Upstate says, I steal your jokes and I use them as my Facebook messages. I hope it gets you laid. Does it get you laid? If it gets you laid, I approve. I give you thumbs up, sir. Show us your breasts. How dare you, D. LaRoche? How dare you? Man, it's tough to keep up with these Twitters, you fucking freaks.
But that's good with it's Twitters.
It's good, though. It's coming in now. Will UFC ever have a 135 division? I think the UFC and the WEC, the idea is eventually that it's going to be one thing. When? I don't know. But I think it should be, because I think guys like Jose Aldo and Uriah Faber and Mike Brown and Miguel Torres, those guys are fucking awesome. They deserve all the attention that the UFC gets. They deserve people to, you know, to be clamoring for super fights and to see big pay-per-view, you know, bouts in, you know, in Madison Square Garden and fucking, you know, the MGM Grand. Those guys deserve to be at those kind of shows. I mean, the level of talent in the WEC right now is staggering. In the 135, 145 pound division, I mean, these guys are fucking animals, man. And even 155, they have some awesome fighters. I think it would be beneficial to everybody if it was all, the UFC was all one thing. You know, especially since they own the WEC. I think it would help everybody if they could make that happen, if it's possible. Rigorisac says, use that little kid liar in the act. I don't know if that's really funny, sir. I think that's funny right now. Because we're talking about right now. But I don't know if you could recreate that. It's not funny enough to recreate that and say it on stage. Might be when you're talking about if my daughter gets to the age where my...
Have you wrote any new conspiracy theory kind of comedy lately? Because I remember you used to be really big into writing like Noah's Ark, you know, the pyramids and stuff.
It's like mystery
type, yeah.
Yeah, I've been writing a lot of that shit lately.
That's my favorite shit. That's my favorite shit.
Yeah, I'm writing more of that shit. It's like comedy. My comedy comes in big waves of creativity, waves of inspiration. Is Clay Guida okay? Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, he got cut up. Kenny Florian cut him up with some elbows. Web beastie. All right, got some other questions here. What's my take? Short fuse on Jesse Ventura's new show. We already talked about that earlier, but I think people look for conspiracy. There's a lot of conspiracies that are real, but there's a lot of shit that people are just looking for conspiracies. You know?
Looking for love.
Let's see. A lot of questions about that Jesse Ventura show. You know why? Because I believe a lot of weird shit. So people always come to me when it comes to conspiracy theories. But like we were talking about earlier, like Google Operation Northwoods. Google Operation Midnight Climax. Those are some conspiracies are fucking real. Real and proven. Man, I can't keep up with these Twitters.
Google Christopher Columbus.
What did Christopher Columbus do?
Did not discover America.
That's true. He landed in like the Bahamas,
but
right?
But yet we are celebrate that dude. Fucking crazy.
When am I coming to Atlanta? I don't know. I think the last offer I got from the comedy club wasn't good, so I might come to Atlanta and do like a theater or something. I like comedy clubs. I like the idea behind them. I like supporting these local clubs, you know, that keep local comedians in business and stuff. But sometimes they don't give you the best deals. Is Brock going to live? Yes, I believe Brock Lesnar is going to live.
You going back to Columbus, Ohio?
I'm going back to Columbus, Ohio. We were trying to go back in March, but it didn't work out. I'm going to get when I get my tattoos done. I got them a few years ago. I'm going to do my right arm soon.
Are you really?
Yeah. I'm going to do Aaron Della Vedova, the guy who did this arm.
Is he going to do the
He's
right
going
arm?
to do the new one. Yeah. It's a
What do you think it's going to be?
badass. Yeah, I'm going to do Samurai versus a Tiger. One of those classic Samurai versus a Tiger, Japanese style tattoos.
Just make the background be a circuit board, though.
A circuit board? Maybe. I think about adding something weird to it. We're still talking about it right now. He hasn't drawn everything yet. Damn, there's a lot of fucking questions.
Damn, you're only 5 minutes deep.
370 players, motherfucker.